Hey y'all, this is Bennett. It is Saturday afternoon and I am back with another video recapping some yard sale and thrift store finds I've had throughout this weekend. So let's get down to it. It's been a pretty good weekend so far and I want to share what I got with you. First thing I did on Friday afternoon and lunchtime, went out to a Friday yard sale that I only came home with a couple of bags of Legos and a Xbox 360 Guitar Hero guitar, a wired one, I believe, no, wireless Guitar Hero, and an Xbox 360 Rock Band guitar, which is wired. Anywho, all that, 2 bags of Legos and plus 2 guitars, I got for a total of $2, so I really thought that was a pretty good deal. They didn't have anything else game-wise at that stop, but I think I made off pretty well. After that, let's see, I went on to the Valley Rescue Mission thrift store in that part of town, and it's one that usually does not come through with games. Some of the other Valley Rescue Missions have loaded me up as you've seen in other videos, but that one I rarely even go to because it gets nothing. But I guess it's been long enough that they've actually gotten some in because I managed to get a pretty good load. So first up was Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2. For the PlayStation 2. It is the greatest hits version, and it was $3.13. So that is just what I wanted to complete my Kingdom Hearts collection for the PlayStation 2, I guess. Anyway, I have 1 and 2 now, so I can actually get down to playing them. I hear they're fantastic, and as a big Disney fan, I think that is something that I'll get into. Let's see, second, Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. Boom, 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 boom. That's stupid. Anyway, Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition, complete in the box. Also 313 Greatest Hits. There you go. Let's say we got The Suffering, which I think is supposed to be pretty good in a horror game kind of way. No manual, but that's alright. I was pretty sure, and I turned out to be right, that I actually had another copy of this, but it was in a generic, like, GameStop kind of case. So now I have a copy in a real case. Upgrade. Alright, finally from the PlayStation 2 selection, there was Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Emperor. Except it didn't have Marvel Nemesis inside. It actually had, if I can find it, and I've already put it in a case, but it had Bushido Blade. Hold that up for you. Bushido Blade is PlayStation 1 samurai-themed fighting game. You can do one-hit kills and I don't know. It's one of the more fun takes on a fighting game, and it's fairly hard to come by, it seems to me. So I was, disappointed to see I didn't get Marvel Nemesis, but I think that I can find kind of anywhere. But Bushido Blade was a good surprise, if it's not going to actually have the right game in there. And finally, for the Xbox 360, I got Guitar Hero 2, which came complete, and also came with a copy of Guitar Hero Metallica tucked into it as well. And you guys know that is probably the best, outside of the main series Guitar Hero game. Metallica and all of their influences and other related metal bands and so on, that's my speed, and I don't know if I actually have that in my collection to play. I've played it, I've borrowed it at least, but anyway, I have a copy now here on Saturday. So it was a pretty good day out there altogether, and let's give you the recap. First things first, I went to a ton of yard sales in my town, and there were, I went to probably 10 or more yard sales hither and yon, drove all over the place, and it was dry as a bone out there for video games. The first one I went to was a little church yard sale, one of those youth group money fundraiser kind of things, and it was just dead. But I did find there was like a Wii Fit and some other and a Wii Fit board and a couple things that were in that kind of vein, but nothing that really piqued my attention. I did pick up Lynx Crossbow Trainer and Ghost Recon Island Thunder for the original Xbox. These are both, complete. And I already have this disc only, but pick up the sleeve with it as well. Got those for $2 a piece. That I figured was a fine way to kind of rev up the engines for yard sailing, but it did not do the trick. There was, like I said, there was nothing to be found until I went to the next town over, and even those were practically nothing. The one thing I did find in any of the yard sales out there was NCAA Football 14 for the PlayStation 3. You may or may not know, but this is the last NCAA football game made for the PlayStation 3, and basically the last one that's probably ever going to get made until maybe such time as they work out a deal between the NCAA and the the rights holders and EA and who all over the whole paying athletes and likeness rights and all that kind of thing. There's just so much money at stake in terms of being maybe sued over improper use of likeness and what the student athletes' rights are and all this stuff, that the game manufacturers have just shut down all the college games that used to be available, whether it's football or basketball or baseball. It's all shut down. So this is the last one, NCAA 14. I already have it on the 360, and I bought that on Mercari, and I paid a little bit for it. But I just wanted to have that in my collection to be sure. And when I ran across this at a guy's yard sale, he had his red PS3, out. Red console, red controller. I was kind of interested in getting it, but he wanted more than I was willing to pay, and I didn't really think I was going to be able to talk him down to even a point where I wanted to fool with it. But I asked him if he had any games. He said he had one sports game, and this was it. As it happened, he knew what the significance of this game was, and he didn't want nothing for it like he would have if it was volume 12 or 11 or whatever. But I got it for $10. I felt like that was pretty reasonable, and certainly better than I was going to do online. I've been looking at a copy for $20 on Mercari, for instance, and hadn't pulled the trigger, and now I'm glad I didn't, because now I have it. NCAA 14, gotta go get it. So yeah, nothing doing other than that yard sale wise. My only hope after that was to go to the Dirt Mall, the big flea market that's maybe 10 miles down the road from where I was, and that's where things started to look up. The first acquisition I got, let's see, I found, let's see if I can find it over here. Okay, yeah, went to a guy I'd never seen before out there, but he had a number of consoles and games out and everything, and anywho, talked with him for a while and looked at all this stuff, and anyway, the long and short of it is I picked up 1, 2, 3 DualShock 2 Ps2 controllers, and 1, 2 platinum GameCube controllers, silver, whatever, gray, GameCube controllers, all of which I have been desperately searching for quite a while now. The last time I bought some PS2 controllers, I bought 3 of them at another flea market, and only one of them worked worth anything. The other one, one of the other ones had super sticky buttons and maybe can be finagled back to life, and then another one just flat out didn't work. So I'm hoping my luck will be better with these 5. I paid $5 a piece for them. I thought that was all right, and my hopes are up that at least let's get 3 out of those 5 working. Maybe 2 PS2 controllers and a GameCube controller. I would love to see all 5 of them work. For one thing, I already have a PlayStation 2 bundle that is just ready to go. It just needs a controller, and if one of these does the job, then I'll be ready to sell that system bundle and make some of this money back that I've spent on it. Anyway, so after I worked out the controller deal, I realized I hadn't really even looked through his box of games, and after digging around for a bit, he had some of everything. I came out with Resident Evil Archives Resident Evil for the Wii. That's complete. And Kirby Superstar Ultra for the Nintendo DS, also complete. Crash Team Racing Greatest Hits Edition for the PS1. That one is also complete. Sonic and Knuckles for the Sega Genesis. This is that weird one that you can piggyback one of the other Sonic games into it and have, I guess, Knuckles appear in other games that he wasn't built into. I don't know exactly how it works, but anyway, this one will go nicely with the other Sonic games I've picked up recently. And finally, loose disc, but they're all 4 are here. The Legend of Dragoon for the PlayStation 1. I don't know if you can really see that very well. Legend of Dragoon, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's see, all those put together, I think it went for $30. We negotiated back and forth on other games. I had a N64 game that I ended up putting back, and he did the old well, we can get Crash for on eBay for $15 all by itself and all this, and I did the this is an eBay thing, and but it was all in good friendliness, and it worked out. I think it worked out pretty well for me, and I hope it worked out well for that guy too, and I just hope the games work. So I think basically those all go in my collection, and I feel like that's a pretty good pickup. Okay, moving on. As I was wandering around the place, this is not a game at all, but it's Happy Death Day on Blu-ray. Got it for $3. Pretty good movie, surprisingly good for a PG-13 slasher. It's like Groundhog's Day meets Final Exam or something. So highly recommended, but it's not a game, so whatever. Okay, my final stop. I found a number of games from a number of different systems, but primarily Wii stuff. And anyway, I'll just give you the rundown. For a total of $20, I got Smash Brothers Brawl, which they were asking $10 for on its own, which is not really a bad price either. And even if I want to flip it, that's not too bad. But averaged in with the other games, you'll see it gets, that price gets lower and lower. So yeah, but Super Smash Brothers Brawl for the Wii, complete. And then I picked up Super Mario Galaxy 2, Donkey Kong Country Returns, and this booklet for Wii Sports Resort. Only these were case and manual only, no disc. But that just happened to be perfect because I had both of these loose disc from a Mercari bulk purchase, and I had been looking at selling this one loose disc and keeping this in my collection, but it was kind of annoying to not have the box and the manual. But now I've through the sale over at the Dirt Mall, I've been able to complete both both games, and you know, this will sell and that'll sit nicely on the shelf much better than loose disc. So that was a good bonus right there. And this Wii Sports Resort manual, it seems to me, is probably a little hard to find, since most of the Wii Sports Resorts are in the little smaller boxes, or just loose disc. But anyway, I can bundle. I do have a copy of the full box one with the manual already, but I know I'll run across one sometime or another that I'll want to package this with and ship on its way. And finally, included in the total $20, you know, that was Smash Brothers, those two case and manuals for those two other games, the manual for Wii Sports Resort. I got this CD holder here full of Wii games. I think there's 11 of them. So we got Sonic Colors, Scooby-Doo, the Spooky Swamp. That's you know, that's spooky. Just Dance 4, Spectrobe Origins. I have no idea what that is. It's from Disney. The Spectrobes, never heard of it, but it is from Disney. Speaking of Disney, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. All these are Wii. See, Zumba Fitness. I have a couple of these probably, but you know. Six Flags Fun Park, which I've been looking to get for some reason. It just seems like it'd be one of those fun, stupid Wii games to play. I've been looking to get for about this price of, you know, less than $1 or whatever. Let's see, Carnival Games. Again, another fun, hopefully fun minigame collection, or possible bundler, and you know, that could be said for most of these other ones too. The classic Wii Sports, which everybody knows is a good recoup on investment. You know, maybe as much as $10 coming back just for that, even loose disc. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? The answer is no, but I got a Wii game to test it on just to be sure. Mario Strikers Charged, and space for more. So I felt like that was a pretty good bundle to get for $20 total. I got some games I can resell, recoup some of that cost. Games to add my collection. Completed some games that I had loose disc. All of it really worked out in my favor. So that's about it from today's trip to the dirt mall and the yard sales. It was kind of a long morning, and you know, a lot of it was fraught with disappointment. But once I, you know, got on the familiar grounds of the flea market and, you know, hit up all the booths and all that, you know, the deal started to pick up and made it all worthwhile. So in the long run, it was still fun, and you know, I'll be doing it again next weekend probably. So thanks for watching my video, and I hope you have a great day.